Hi everyone, this is the second video of the day, and I apparently have a lot to say. So I just finished my lunch from Chipotle. My other video is actually still uploading to YouTube, and sometimes I go days or weeks without doing any videos, and some days I do a lot at once, so I go with what feels good. Yes, Callie. Callie has things to say too. I want to talk about, in this video, doing what feels right for your life and not doing what you don't want to do. So I used to go out a lot more with a group of friends that enjoy sports, and I would do it to socialize and to be included and to spend time with them, but the fact of the matter was I don't give any facts, F-A-C-K, about sports. I don't know why she wants to play right now. She's usually sleeping during the day. So I made the decision to stop going out to watch sports at sports bars all day just for the sake of like being around friends. And that was a hard decision to make, but I was in such a turmoil about it internally because like these were people I liked and were friends with, but I hate watching sports. I hate being in sports bars. It's loud. I don't drink. I don't care about who the teams. It's just not my thing. I enjoy playing some for fun, but I'm not competitive. I don't understand betting, and I don't understand it's just not my thing. Okay. You want to talk about bands and music, I can get into that, but you got it? So during the Super Bowl, it was only because I saw or overheard some folks on the elevator last week talking about who was playing in it that I knew who was playing in it. I would assume the Patriots because they've been there the last several years. And so on Sunday night, we had no Super Bowl plans, thankfully, and it's not something that is in my circle of things to care about in my head. And good job, Zephyr. And so I went grocery shopping, and Target and Whole Foods were so quiet. And while I was in there, I was looking on my phone list for something, and I went to Facebook because it's a habit. And saw a few people had posted about how boring the game was or something like that. I also follow astrology. The Leo King specifically is what I'll reference here, and he was talking about last week in his deep astrology video about how it was not good Super Bowl energy, and then that's what it meant because it apparently was not a good game. There's no halftime band. I mean, there's the halftime show, but there's no marching band during halftime, so I have zero interest in any of it. And then he was talking about it again on his deep astrology video last night of how it was not good Super Bowl energy. And so I just remember thinking I would literally rather be grocery shopping for our family for the week than watching a Super Bowl on TV and hearing people scream around me. I would rather have explosive diarrhea than do that, honestly. And eating junk food that God knows what's in it and what it's going to do to us, and just going through the stress of pretending to like something. And then commercials, that's why a lot of people watch it, is are we that desperate that we're watching something for 2 or 3 hours for the commercials? We can watch those on YouTube the next day. So there's a lot of if you like sports, I do not mean to offend you or dish it. I feel the way about a few bands as I do about sports, and so it's similar in that, and it's a similar feeling in that I like it for the camaraderie and the feeling of being connected to a larger purpose than myself and a larger group of people other than myself, and having things to look forward to, and having a team, for lack of a better thing. I have a Carter Buford jersey with number 41 on it. He's the Dave Matthews Band drummer, and so I get all that, but just the whole sports thing, people get so into it, and I just don't understand that. But maybe I'm alone in that. Maybe not. And so there were just 1,000 things I would rather do than watch a sporting event on TV or hear ESPN or talk radio or anything related to it. But there's a lot of things written and produced from decades ago. I believe in George Orwell's 1984, he wrote about give them sports and bread and gambling, and they'll be easy to control or something like that. And I just think that it does serve a good purpose, but also what are we missing out on? What are our blinders blocking from us, from our view? And I think about that a lot because there's so much research about how fluoride is put in our water starting in the 50s or 60s. I forget which of those decades, but it calcifies our pineal gland, so our third eye, which helps us make decisions and to see things more clearly. Not physically, so I can see the table from here, but to see situations and constructs in society and things like that more clearly, to help give us a bit more discernment and decision-making ability for ourselves, so to think for ourselves and to not be just blindly led by news channel of your choice on either side. I'm apolitical. I don't value one set of political views over the other. I try to look at everything with a holistic view and make my own decisions from there. Sometimes it's left, sometimes it's right, sometimes it's in the middle, sometimes it's way far above all of it. So I just think that there's a lot more that we can do with our lives. And again, if this is something that makes you happy, then go for it. That's amazing. Going to concerts makes me happy. That is the most spiritual experience I've ever had, on a consistent basis, of feeling a wide range of emotions and feeling so connected to people and to the music and to songs and to the band and just, being in this place. Have you ever been to a concert or just to the Gorge in Washington State or Red Rocks or another amazing beautiful venue? Nebworth Park in the UK is another beautiful outdoor venue I've been to. There's Alpine Valley and there's others in the country. That is an amazing experience. There's nothing more special than listening to and watching your favorite band under the stars at Red Rocks in Colorado, or in front of a river landscape at the Gorge and beautiful, the middle of nowhere, Washington State. And I just think that there's so much more than we're given, than we're fed to. We're all taught. Sorry, Callie is needing to play apparently quite a lot. She had a good nap on this rainy day. And I just think that there's so much more than we can expose our kids to, and B, we can choose for ourselves. I grew up watching sports, NASCAR, football. I'm from Northeast Texas, so football is ingrained in us. And my high school won state in my freshman year of high school, and I was in band. I would play the drums, and so that was my life for a while. But if you want to talk about what's the difference between a first and a third down, or I know the terms, but I have no idea what that looks like on the field or what it means, because I was more concerned about not being visibly nervous during halftime or playing the songs correctly. And that was fun. Being band was fun as it related to those, but that was 2 decades ago. Oh God, I'm old. So even deciding to drink water instead of soda, I went out and got Chipotle for lunch, and it's very tempting to get sweet tea there, but also I've been having a lot more sugar than I need lately, and I can feel it. I can feel it both in my gut, can't see on the video, but I've got some extra pounds I'm working to get off, and both yesterday I just feel like I've been beat up, just all over my body. I just hurt, and sugar causes inflammation, and I consume actual raw sugar, not white processed sugar and things like that. Excuse me. And I just felt like I needed to purify a little bit and let my body process that stuff out. So I'm drinking a lot of water. I'll probably make some unsweetened tea with aloe juice in it later. Hey, Sally Muffins. And so I just kind of to piggyback on my previous video about deciding to decide and choosing to choose and deciding to choose and all those things, I just try to go through my life and make the decisions that resonate with me, not what I've told that I need to do. And sometimes I'm still challenged on that. Like, Tosca asked me recently why I did something, and I was like, I don't know, it's why I've always done it, but I hadn't thought to change it yet. It was one of those kind of outlying things. It might have been like why I fold the towels that way, or I don't know, something mundane like that. But it was like, I don't know yet. I haven't thought about that apparently. And so I try to question everything to make the decision on, is what I was taught by my parents and my family and my, friends' parents as a kid the right thing for me? Or do I need to make my own decision about it? And I've done that about religion. I've done that about my diet and consumption. I've done that about not watching TV. I haven't watched TV in a very long time. I didn't own a TV myself for a very long time, for over 10 years. We have one now for Trevor to watch cartoons and things, but it's rarely on. I don't even know where the remote is. He asks for the remote like a few days a week, and I'm like, I have no idea. Like, I haven't seen the thing. Like, why do I have it? And, that's probably why I like nerd out on so much, because I try to fill my head with more knowledge and goodness than sitcoms or the news or things like that. I haven't watched the news in ages. And the sound of news anchors and folks like on news channels, like the rhythm and the manner in which they are trained to talk in is so like elementary, and they all sound the same, and they're all saying the same things without saying anything except about the weather. And I just think that, like, what on earth? Like, why are we all watching this? This is crazy. And I just think, like, to watch it every day, like to hear the same thing every day, that is wild. And it's not giving us anything good. Like, sometimes there's good stuff sprinkled in, but for the most part there's a set agenda and things like this. And I just think that what else are we missing? If that's 1% of it, which is a very small number, what's the other 99% of stuff that we can feed ourselves with every day? It's like eating out of a vending machine versus eating out of a garden. We're going to get a lot of nutrition and a lot of health benefits out of the garden, not so much out of the vending machine. The vending machine stuff might taste good from what we're trained to think tastes good in the moment, but it's not good quality for us. And it's more costly in the long run, and in the short run sometimes too. So anyway, I have diverted again from the main topic, which I tend to do. I'm just going to start calling these ramblings. But I feel that this is like weighing on my mind and heart today, I guess, to talk about choosing to live our life, even if it's the person that you're in a relationship with. Are you somebody that got married when you were young because that's what was expected of you? Like, that was the next, like, logical choice? Or are you like, have you been through a few relationships and thinking like, this is just not for me? Or you get to your 40s or 50s after your kids are gone and you think, wow, I really don't like my spouse. I've got to get out of here. And, you had a good life together, but it's not who gives you butterflies and makes your heart flutter. Thank you, Sally. And, whatever it is, it's okay, and it is what it is, and we all learn and we all live and grow from it. But sometimes a lot of those things could have been like, our intuition steps in, is like, this isn't right. Maybe we should go a different direction. Maybe we shouldn't be making this decision because there's something better around the corner. But if we only choose what's in front of us for the sake of not being alone or doing what was expected or things like that, then, we're only going to get mediocrity or something worse. And so I was just thinking about how I was so happy grocery shopping on Sunday night during the Super Bowl. And then I saw folks posting about how boring it was and thought, oh my gosh, I would rather, like, even if the Red Hot Chili Peppers were playing the halftime show again, and I've got 2 Red Hot Chili Peppers tattoos and a Dave Matthews tattoo. I can't imagine, I wouldn't even want to watch them there because they're all lip syncing and it's like 1 or 2 or 3 songs and they're terribly played, and like, as much as I obviously love the Chili Peppers, my dog's name is Zephyr after the Zephyr song, like, I still don't have any like desire to watch the halftime show. And like, that says a lot. And so just make decisions for the betterment of yourself, and both in small decisions and big ones. So small decision could be like what pen to use. You know, are you using a pen that is like just a plain old like free pen that you got from somewhere, or is it like a really nice one that makes you happy? You know, like little decisions like that change the course of our day. And give it to me. And you know, to bigger decisions about like where you work and who you're really in a relationship with. I just think that, you know, if we make decisions more about what makes us feel good and what makes us happy, the whole world would be a better place. You want to come play silly? And I challenge people to do that. I challenge people a lot to do that. And I sometimes ask the unpopular, the question or the statement that doesn't want to be heard, but that's what we need to hear. Yeah. So anyway, this is kind of a second round of deciding to choose, but on a larger scale, and making good decisions for your happiness, your goals, your life. And maybe next year during the Super Bowl, go grocery shopping or do something that you enjoy if you're finding yourself not doing something. I say that on a literal level and also kind of figuratively. If you're doing something, like if you're going, name your activity. If you're doing something because it's what is expected of you, what can you do instead? For me, when I stopped going to sports bars for the day, on the weekends, I started making leather goods. I got a life coaching certification and started coaching people. I have an appointment every Saturday morning at 7:30, and I've done that for almost 2 years now. And I write a lot. I'm writing more than I ever have before, and actually getting paid a little bit for it, which is cool because it's something that I really enjoy. And no, silly. And so find what you love and find what feels good, and find a hobby that you could turn into a side hustle if you wanted to go that route, or just find like something that you enjoy doing. If you enjoy crocheting or knitting or sewing, or walking around your neighborhood, or going to explore new towns nearby, or making cheese, or like who knows, like rebuilding on cars. It could be anything, but do something that you love and not what's expected of you. All right, if anybody would like coaching on this, I love coaching, and I love talking with and learning about and meeting new people. It makes my heart happy. And I try to tailor everything. I don't have a formula. I don't think that's for people. Some things are, but I don't think life coaching is a formulated approach for people, at least in this point in my coaching practice. I think everything is a very tailored and bespoke conversation. I want to get to know people, and I want to understand what the challenges are, where the struggles are, and then help navigate a path forward out of that. All right. You can find me online at livegoodlivewell.com. You can find me on Facebook, Live Good Live Well, and on Instagram at the same. If you want to email me, my email address is beth@livegoodlivewell.com. Easy to find. You even got the tattoo for it. Probably going to be getting some more. I don't know when. Probably after our wedding for sure, but maybe in the summer. Anyway, this is Beth with Live Good Live Well, and cheers.